Nigga, stop. Lying.
No, just keep playing the bases.
This shit was all.
But you ain't gonna try to hit. I can't do it.
You know we're recording, right?
So you think about it, it might be
But
better.
I guess they changed. It's
You
funny
know
how
we're
someone
recording.
else's success brings you pain and no longer involved. That person has it all, and you just stuck standing there.
I'm gonna need you to say something. Say something. You gotta say something, you know?
I think you might know what's going on.
And we are back here on the Alf'Dawg Show, the #1 most watched program
#1
in Maple Heights. Anyway. Alright. Right now, we are going to break down what this man believes is the 10 rising teams going into the season in the NFL, or the 5.
5 rising teams.
And the 5 declining teams. This is going down the basement. Blah, blah, this is going to go down. You know. So, this is the T-Bone list presented by nobody.
Alright, well, I'm going to go in descending order. My 5th rising team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You saw this team go 3-13 last year, really struggling a lot. Rookie quarterback Josh Freeman came in, provided a little bit of new life for the young team through 10 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. I think if he cuts down on the mistakes, he can be a franchise quarterback for the future, and he will be a dominant player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You saw him in the draft this year with the 3rd overall pick, getting defensive tackle Gerald McCoy out of Oklahoma. I really think he's going to be a good fit for that defense with Raheem Morris down there. I really think, it's going to be a big thing for them. And you got to see from the play of these wide receivers, particularly Sammy Stroud, the split end. He had 31 catches last year. They're really excited about this young guy's progression, so they're going to be playing him a lot as well. And I really think that this team could come up to be one of the really exciting teams.
I think the key for Tampa Bay, is Josh Freeman. He has the assets. If he cuts down his mistakes, Josh Freeman can take that team far.
Yeah,
Josh Freeman is a very good quarterback, very great
and
player.
you cannot forget about the best player in the league wearing number 82, Mr. Kellen Winslow, the guy who left Cleveland, who basically got traded.
So basically, there was more people than LeBron that left Cleveland.
Right.
So let's remind people that. All right. So T-Bone, just read the rest of your list, and we'll break down all the teams after you read the rest of your list.
All right, my number 14, the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, this is the 3rd year in a row that they've been in the middle, trying to breach into the playoff ranking. 2 7-9 seasons. They went 8-8 this year. But I really like the play of Alex Smith, the #1 overall pick in the 2005 NFL Draft. I really like the way this quarterback is coming out. 18 touchdowns last year, only 12 picks. That's one above his career low when he threw 11 his rookie year. So I'm really liking the way he's getting along with his receivers. You saw Vernon Davis, 72 catches, 13 touchdowns. He looked amazing. He made his first Pro Bowl appearance. I'm really liking their offense. Guys like Michael Crabtree, 48 catches in 11 games.
Crabtree is good.
Yes, he's really good. You really think?
Ted Ginn.
Oh yeah, Ted Ginn, Dominic Ziegler, Josh Morgan, Jason Hill. That receiving core is looking really good. Really liking that, and you can't forget about Frank Gore.
Cannot
forget about number 21. I like the draft picks. Number 11 overall, Anthony Davis, the OT from Rutgers. He should be a starter by some time, helping Joe Staley out at that other tackle position. Also, Mike Upati, the 17th overall pick from Idaho, should also be on that either the right or left guard spot. I really like this team a lot.
You gotta like the fact that Mike Singletary, who by the way has really evolved that San Francisco team from the ashes. You gotta like the way how he centers his offense around Frank Gore. I mean that makes a whole lot of difference. It makes everybody else look good, including Alex Smith. So, San Francisco, my prediction right now, San Francisco's going to the playoffs.
Got to.
They're going to the playoffs.
They have to.
Definitely. You can't forget their defense, too.
Patrick Willis, Nate Clemens.
They had a
You know
solid
what I'm saying?
defense.
A very solid defense. We can't forget about that. I mean, I like San Francisco going into the season, making the playoffs. I mean, could make a push late, late in the playoffs.
Be what?
I'm not good.
He was thinking about his hit relationship expert segment that's coming up later in the show. We about to get it in. Okay. What's the next team, T-Bone?
All right, my third team would definitely have to be, everybody's thinking this, the Washington Redskins. People cannot, I can't stop buzzing about this. They have possibly one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Donovan McNabb is playing for the Redskins. Now, did you really think back in 1999, when he was the second overall pick in the NFL draft, that he would be in Washington? You would have thought that somebody would run him out. But for what for? How awesome this guy is. Did you really think that this awesome guy was just gonna be booted out and go to some other team? No.
I think as well, Mike Shanahan coming in, former head coach of Denver, him coming in, that really changed the whole culture of things going on in Washington. But the problem with Washington, they have crashed and burned in the past off of free agency. You see how Albert Hainsworth, he probably has the biggest ego in the NFL right now.
It really makes me sad that guy that's such a problem. He's such a talent, man.
Yeah, he's really a special talent. And he can't, he has to make this a team effort. If not, the morale on that team, even with McNabb coming in, may not be as good as it should be for Washington to be a productive playoff team.
And I do believe with the. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you gonna say that?
Go ahead. I think if they get him to buy into it, I mean, it's a new scheme. Move from the 4-3 to the 3-4. To 34 defense. You know what I'm saying? He feel like his stats are going to go down. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean his money's going down. It just means that, and you're going to help the team.
$100 million man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are a pretty good team. I like them. If they get them to buy in, they could possibly be a playoff team.
Yeah.
And really, with the whole Albert Hainsworth situation, you may think that that's a tumultuous downfall. It is. It really doesn't. Take down the whole team, because you got to commend for what they did in the draft. They got Trent Williams with the 4th overall pick, the athletic tackle from Oklahoma. I really like him. Should be a left tackle, filling in for Chris Samuels, who retired after 10 seasons this year.
He had a pretty good career.
Really great career. And speaking of the spinal contusion that he had while playing 10 years in the NFL, still regarded as one of the top 3 tackles in the game.
Yeah.
When he was playing.
Yeah.
And to be that productive, that really says a lot. And he had 10 beautiful seasons in Washington. I wish him the best, but it's still gonna be lonely not seeing big Chris Samuels.
So the adjustment will be, obviously McNabb coming in, Jason Campbell. What do you think about Jason Campbell, what he has done in Washington? He's been through a lot of offensive systems, and it's hard.
Yeah.
People who don't understand, it is very difficult and tough to adjust to multiple offensive systems, especially at the quarterback position. So if McNabb somehow gets hurt, I mean, will Jason Campbell be able to step in?
Jason Campbell's in Oakland.
That's why he's in Oakland right now. That's why he's in Oakland. Even in Oakland, that's will he be able to produce?
I think he will. I honestly think he will. I mean, this guy has been through so much adversity being in Washington, but the thing is, people don't realize he hasn't found time to stop being productive. He's a productive quarterback. He may not.
He's just got to cut down mistakes.
He may not be elite. He doesn't make too many mistakes, to be quite honest. He only threw 8 interceptions last year.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't throw the interception.
It's just
touchdown
decisions.
a lot
It's not interceptions. It's just some of his decisions. But you have a new environment. Hopefully that might help. Now when we come back, T-Bone's second and first rising team will be.
Now we're gonna go to the decliners,
and we'll do the declining teams as well. And some of those teams that's on that list,
Might
you may
shock
not like.
Might shock
More
you.
in a moment here on the Alf'Dawg Show.